Start now.
We are going to do some exercises on the ladder barrel. Before we do, just want to explain basic anatomy. We have our barrel, which is rounded and padded. We can sit on our barrel with our feet on the ladder and the different leveled rungs. We could do our short back series when we're standing with our sits bones pressing in right before the apex. If you want to bring the camera over here, you can see inside of the ladder barrel, or go around the back, we have a foot pedal. You depress the foot pedal, you hang on to these handles on the side. You can push that ladder barrel out for somebody who is tall, or move that ladder barrel in for somebody who is on the shorter side. Lifting up that pedal, giving it a push back, you feel and you hear it lock into place. And then same thing again, we have the ladder with the rungs. Either your hands are going to be pressing into this if you have your hips or your stomach lying prone on two ballet stretches. First one is going to be forward facing. Tim had stated that he wants to stretch his right leg, so he is going to take his left foot, press that heel against that base of the ladder, and then he is carefully going to go ahead and bring that right leg up on top of the barrel, having his calf rest on the apex. Now, when your client brings their foot up to the ladder, you want to make sure that their toes and their knee are pointing up to the ceiling. Tim is going to go ahead and have his shoulders and his chest go wide, so he's going to bring his arms around to the back of the ladder barrel. Good. From here, those toes again are pointed up, they're not rotating out. He's going to inhale, point his toe. Good, and then he's going to exhale, flex that foot. Inhale, point his toe. Exhale, flex his foot. And he's going to work through his breath here as he's flexing that foot and pointing that foot. Good, and then just going into a little bit of a different stretch here. Keeping his leg up, he is going to rotate towards me. So he wants to turn that grounded foot to face me, and then he's going to bring his hips, having them come square, and he actually wants to still keep his knee and his foot from rotating forward or back. Good. From here, he wants to stand nice and tall. That hip is pressing into the ladder. Good. And then his foot is pressed back and up against the bottom rung. He's going to point that toe now. That is up on the barrel. Point your toe. You have it flexed right now. Point. Good. And keeping that toe pointed, keeping his knee still lifting to the ceiling. He's going to raise those arms above his head. On his inhale, growing nice and tall. And on his exhale, he's going to do a little side bend towards the barrel. Good. Inhale here to hold. Exhale, coming back to center. And then his next inhale, he's going to side bend towards the ladder. Really lengthening out on that side that's away from the ladder. Really engaging those obliques on the side that's towards the ladder. Go ahead, come back to center. And then in. Go prone on the ladder barrel and do the wonderful swan dive. Before we started recording, Tim and I went ahead and figured out how far the ladder barrel should be pushed out for his height. So I'm going to have Tim come onto the ladder barrel, bringing his hips onto the apex. His arms are going to go to that third rung and be lengthened. Now, when you are doing the swan dive, you want this top rung parallel with your head. But as you bend your elbows in, let's just do a crude version of it, bending your elbows in towards that ladder barrel, you want to be able to sink your head down without hitting any of these rungs. Safety first. So Tim is going to go ahead, straighten up. He really wants to be pressing those hip bones into the ladder barrel. He's going to engage his legs, pointing those toes, sending energy out. His shoulders are pressed down and pushed away from his ears. Go ahead, bring your belly button up to your spine. Good. On his inhale, he is going to bend those elbows, lowering his head down, lifting those legs. Good. On his exhale, he's lengthening those arms, lifting that chest, lowering his legs. Inhale, bend your elbows, lift your legs. Good. Almost like a teeter-totter. This time on your exhale, really push through those arms, lifting your chest high. Beautiful swan dive. You can lift your chest a little bit higher. Proud chest. Lift that head. Look at the mats in front of you. Inhale, bend those elbows in. Energy through those feet, squeezing those glutes, engaging those quads and those hamstrings, lifting those legs. Exhale, lowering down, lengthening those arms. To do some side lying leg lifts. If Tim was a real client, not that he's not, I would be behind him, spotting him, making sure he is not to roll off. And for demonstration purposes only, because Tim is sore and the ladder barrel was uncomfortable, we do have a mat folded for that extra comfort. So to get onto the ladder barrel side lying, you would straddle the apex of the barrel, swing one leg around to meet your other on the back side, bring your arm down to that third or second rung depending on your heights, and then lengthen those legs out in front of you. Tim is going to bring that upper arm and tent his hands just to give himself that support. Good. And then he's going to send energy through those legs, lifting them up just a little bit, bending that elbow a little bit, getting a beautiful straight line. Go ahead and engage those legs a little bit more. Bring that belly button to your spine. Hips are stacked upon one another. Keeping his toe pointed, he is going to inhale and lift that upper leg. Good. And on his exhale, he's going to flex those toes towards his shin and lower. Point that toe. Inhale, lift that leg. Exhale, flex those toes towards your shin and lower. Good. One more time, inhale. And now let's hold your leg up here. So for advanced clients who have a lot of strength, I'm going to have you lower your leg about hip height. Good. And then from here, advanced clients, again, lots of strength. They would bring that lower leg up to meet the upper, and then they'd exhale, lower. Inhale, lift both legs together. Exhale, lower. To do a couple variations of the short back series on the ladder barrel. I have Tim sitting nice and high, go nice and high for me, on his sits bones right below the apex of that barrel. He has his feet on that third rung, and he's going to zip those feet together, keep his knees as close together as he can, and he is going to genie his arms for me, keeping those elbows shoulder height. Really tall through that spine. I know you're sitting, but still tuck that tailbone flat back. And then just give me a moment. I'm going to walk around our RTC. So from here, Tim is going to take a deep breath in, growing nice and long through that spine. And then on his exhale, he is going to start at that lumbar spine, rounding out his back and rolling down. Good. From here, keeping that rounded spine, bring your belly button in towards your tailbone. He's going to inhale, and on his exhale, staying rounded, he's going to go forward in a roll up, reaching those elbows to his knee, letting his head go heavy. Good. And then inhale, stacking that spine back up nice and tall. Making sure those elbows are in line with his shoulder. Relax your cervical spine, relax that neck, Tim. Kind of tuck your chin a little bit. Good. From here, nice and tall, take that deep breath in. Exhale, C-curve that lower spine. Continue to round yourself down. Good. From here, keeping rounded, go ahead, inhale, pulling yourself up from those abdominals, scooping them, diving towards those knees. Good. Exhale, back up to that sitting position. So from here, instead of rounding our spine now, we're going to take that deep breath in, and with a flat back, we are going to hinge halfway back, stopping right there, really engaging that core. Tuck your chin so you're not straining your neck. Good. Bringing your belly button to your spine, you're going to take a breath. And on that exhale, go ahead and rotate towards me, turning that upper torso, letting your eyes guide your spine. Good. Now with that rotation, you are going to take your right arm and extend it, reaching it, look towards that palm. Good. Inhale, bringing that arm back. Exhaling, rotating back to center as you stack that spine back up. And we're going to keep that flat back as we come back up. Good. So now, keeping our back straight, we have two boards, one in front of us, one behind us. We can't round our back out. We're going to inhale. And on that exhale, we're hinging back halfway again. Good. Inhale, rotating towards the mirrors, upper torso. Good. Extending that left arm, looking at that left palm. Good. Bringing that left arm back in, stacking those genie hands, and then rotating back to center as we lift that torso up. One more time each side. Good. Flat back, hinging halfway back. Rotate towards me, lengthening and extending that arm, looking at that palm. Good. Bringing those arms back together, rotating towards the center, stacking back up. Good. One more time towards the mirror.